Final question for everyone. We have a potential for an infrastructure bill. Let's just say $50 billion is allocated to energy infrastructure. Where is that best deployed?
Mr. Costello, if I could quickly give you an answer, there is already $41 billion available today in the DOE loan program. It's allocated $12.5 billion for advanced nuclear, $8.5 billion for advanced fossil, $4.5 billion for renewables, and then a big chunk in the transportation side. It's about to be rescinded. We're about to see a rescission by appropriators in both the Senate and the House that would prevent major companies from getting access to that $41 billion. So that's available today. It's going to cost a couple $100 million that's already was appropriated by the Congress a number of years ago. And if we could avoid that rescission, that $41 billion across the board would be available. It goes directly to what you just heard, because sitting over at the DOE right now in the loan program office are applications, both Part 1 and Part 2, for the Vogtle reactor, the NuScale reactor, the terrestrial reactor, and a couple of more. So you don't need to find $50 billion. You need to make sure that $200 or $300 million is not rescinded by appropriators that would basically shut down the loan program office at DOE. And I can't say this strongly enough to all of you. Put that $200 million, $300 million back into effect, and you're going to have tens of billions available in the form of loan guarantees for nuclear, for fossil, and for renewable.
Very helpful. I waved on, and I'm 3 minutes over, so I don't know if I'm going to ever get back on the subcommittee again. Thank you, Mr. Upton.
I want to thank all of you for being here. I see no other members wishing to ask questions. We're almost ready to adjourn. I am going to ask unanimous consent to submit 2 letters into the record, a letter on EERE and a letter on the loan program itself. And pursuant to committee rules, I remind all members that they've got 10 business days to submit additional questions for the record. And I would ask that witnesses submit the response, if you can, within 10 business days. I know certainly for the first panel, Mr. Rush had a number of questions, and we'd like the answers back.
Well, no, Mr. Chairman, I just want to ask you a question. Based on Mr. Reicher's passionate request concerning the $41 billion in saving the loan program, do you have any reaction to that?
Well, I wish we were appropriators. That's not a role that we have. Sometimes we can take over. This is the most powerful committee and the oldest, and we don't have that authority. I've supported the loan program. I would say that I've supported the appropriation.
Mr. Chairman, I think that maybe it might be in order for for a bipartisan effort on both sides of this committee to make our concerns heard at with the appropriation committee, and I'll be willing to join with you and maybe other members of the committee to have a meeting or send some letters. But I think we should, our voices should be heard.
Well, and I know that we're all anxious to see the administration's budget, and we're going to have the opportunity to ask Secretary Perry questions about that as it gets submitted and take action on the floor. So I appreciate gentlemen's interest. Mr. Welch?
Thank you.
Well, I think we need to do something as a committee. I mean, that's a very compelling loss. If we forego these loan guarantees, it's really going to hurt the collective efforts of both sides of this aisle. So, and you've done this before, but this committee really needs to speak out, I think. So thank you.
If there are no further questions, we stand adjourned. Thank you all for being here.
Well done.